Look,
listen.
It's the podcast. Look, listen. And
Taylor.
It's about Taylor. All about Taylor and his adventures with Pokemon and other things. It's episode 161 of this podcast. Today, we're discussing Horizons, the Pokemon anime, episode 106. And Taylor's always saying, he doesn't remind me until the end of the episode, but he's saying, let's start the podcast off by saying, guys, you already know you're going to be entertained. You already know it's going to be wonderful. So let's drop all the pretenses. Go ahead and start leaving comments and dropping likes. And that way we all get to experience the joys of something. Maybe going to Pokemon Worlds next month.
Ooh, that'd be sick. Where is it?
San Francisco. Like we discussed last week with the big Pokemon Expo, XP, whatever. But we can only get there if you like the video and leave a comment.
I just confused. I'm shocked that they went Anaheim 1 month later, San Francisco.
1 year later. They're always hanging out over here or Japan or Hawaii. Taylor, there's no Geese Peep this week. You tell me why, Taylor.
That's insane that Geese isn't on. Wow.
You would
like
never
clockwork. Never misses one.
You would never miss an episode, Taylor, right? Especially not more than once
wouldn't dream of it.
Once in a row.
Never.
Never. You'd never miss 2 episodes. Guys.
A 1 streak is hard enough for me.
A
2 streak? Oh, come on.
Guys, calm down. Let's move on to our first segment of the week. Can we please? Our favorite segment. What you been geesin' Peep of the week? Geese Peep,
what have you been geesin'? Let's send it away to Geese.
Yes. This week, Geese Peep. Thank you, Geese Peep. This week, Taylor, Geese Peep is our third. If this is the first one of these you've ever heard, Geese Peep is the third person, or second person, some may say, or first.
Third leg of the tripod. Third musketeer.
Of the podcast, but she's working right now. Taylor, I went to the New Beverly Theater. That's right.
Ooh.
I saw a Norm Macdonald double feature. Everybody loves Norm Macdonald, one of the funniest human beings to ever exist. Certainly the funniest talk show guest of all time.
I can't imagine a better talk show guest.
You can't argue that. I don't care who you are.
I have been watching an awful lot of Bo Burnham lately, and that guy's very funny.
He had his little moment, then people kind of fell off of him after one of his little specials. Anyway,
he retired like 5 years ago.
Oh, good for him.
Too many panic attacks on stage.
He got a lot of money from his Inside special, which I was upset with because, I forget who made theirs first, but Mother made an album called Inside, and he made a special called Inside, and it certainly, I think, hurt the sales of Mother's Inside. Anyway.
You should try looking up The Last Breath. Good luck with that.
Yeah, as you mentioned last week, there's a million of those. But what's much worse is I still haven't said what I watched, Taylor, but when I was Mother, they made a song called Wrecking Ball before Miley Cyrus made her Wrecking Ball song. And their Wrecking Ball song's much better. And now it's harder to find because of Miley Cyrus. May I please, Taylor, tell you the 2 films I watched in the Norm Macdonald double feature special? That's right, Taylor.
Am I allowed to guess them?
You can read them in the doc, Taylor.
One of them, I'm still going to guess. One of them has to be... Wasn't he like an assassin, or he was some kind of private investigator or something?
Taylor, I have no idea what you're talking about, but the 2 films I watched were Dirty Work, parentheses, Dirtier Cut, which is not what was aired in theaters. This is not a PG-13 film like the studio wanted. They went back to the negatives and grabbed a screener cut and spliced them together, and they delivered an R-rated feature. It's funny. There were lots of laughs. And then the second film we watched was called Screwed, which I've never heard of, but there were some big laughs in that one. Danny DeVito, everybody's in that movie. It was a good time. I mean... I don't know if somebody's going to go out of their way to watch it, but it's certainly funny. If you like comedy and you like Norm Macdonald, I don't see any reason why you shouldn't watch Screwed.
Is it up to par with all of his actual comedy?
Well, you're going to laugh.
Okay.
It's just a dumb, silly movie from the early 2000s, late 90s. The next film I saw, Taylor, was called Honey Don't, and my review for Honey Don't is the same as my review for Nobody 2, which is, You get excited because you see a Coen brother directed and wrote it, but
really,
it is nowhere near as good as a Coen brothers movie. So if you want to watch this because you want to support Margaret Qualley and Chris Evans having fun in his little role,
Lord knows those two need money and success.
Yeah. If you want to support them, I guess you could go see it, but do not expect a Coen brothers film. I mean, Taylor, Coen brothers movies are some of the best movies ever.
Yeah, for a really long time, they were my favorite directors.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Maybe Ethan needs his brother. And if he doesn't have his brother, the quality isn't as high.
They're each other's muse.
Exactly. Also played Chibi-Robo. They just added that to the GameCube collection on Switch 2. Cute. I don't know if I'm going to keep playing it. It's interesting. You pick up trash, I guess, and put it in your little receptacle. That's fun, I guess, suppose.
They saw Mario Sunshine, and they thought, we can do for trash collecting what Mario Sunshine did for pressure washing.
Yep, and I saw a YouTube video about Donkey Kong Country 3, and I watched that video, and I said, gosh, this guy sure is right. Donkey Kong Country 3 is wonderful. That music is fantastic. So I played it on the Switch Online catalog. What a great game.
Still holds up?
Oh, yeah. Taylor and I played some Donkey Kong Country 2. I believe we beat it, didn't we?
Sure.
We definitely on
that
the Wii.
Sounds like something we would do. Leave a game unfinished? No way. No shot.
No, yeah. We did not finish Donkey Kong Country 3 because we started it and did not. But it's very good. And so recently, the Switch Online application for Super Nintendo games added an additional CRT filter, and everybody was going wild about it, saying, oh my God, it's so good. I remember trying it out, though, and thinking, I don't know. I don't know what you guys are seeing. I like the pixel perfect mode. But I tried it recently on the TV with both Mario All-Stars and Donkey Kong Country 3, and I realized, I think I get the appeal of this CRT filter. Is
it more than just nostalgia?
It is good. Well, yeah, because that's what those games were developed to look like. That is the intended vision. When these games were being developed, the only way people would be playing them is on a CRT. So that is the developer's intended way to play it. So, yeah, right? When you say
I wonder. That's so weird with looking at remasters or re-releases or anything that is giving you a product that is the same product it was 20 years ago. You have to wonder, well, would the developers have wanted it to be upscaled as pretty as possible? Because technical limitations made so many things look so cool and distinct.
But yeah, that's the famous picture of the Castlevania portrait. How when it has the blurring of a CRT, it looks incredible. But if you just look at the hard pixels,
it's goofy.
Clean, yeah, it doesn't look anywhere near as good. Finally, Taylor, I do want to say that Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Chronicles, I don't think it's bad, but it is not my jam. This is not a game I'm going to play. It gives me, I don't know if this is going to make sense to anybody, but it gives me the vibe of Geese and maybe Elder Scrolls Oblivion, where there's definitely
which ease?
The one where you move fast. I don't know. It was probably Ease 0 or Ease Origins is the one. I would
okay. So the top down, real basic, like maybe 2 buttons involved in combat.
I thought they were all top down. Anyway, there's just
7, 8, and 9 are all 3D.
Anyway, it gives me a vibe that I'm not necessarily super into. I got to a little bonus battle area and it was difficult and I died. And Taylor, you'd probably like it, actually. It's just not for me. I'm sorry. It's not bad. It's just not my cup of tea. I'm sorry.
You know what I've been really realizing lately is that Western style RPGs do not appeal to me from
well, this is not Western style at all. I'm just saying.
Does it have are you leveling up? Are you getting loot? Or is it just kind of a Metroidvania that's top down?
No, I mean it's Zelda, but you definitely are leveling up. You get things, you get new items, and
I like that.
You get what's fun is when you keep killing enemies but don't get hit, you get a chain combo going, so that's fun. You'll probably have fun with that. It's not Western at all. It's very much like Secret of Mana, Zelda. But Taylor, why don't you tell us what you peeped of the week this week? What you been geesin'? You have here written elephant.
Have been kind of piggybacking on what you were saying earlier, or what I was saying earlier, I guess, piggybacking on myself.
Yeah, everybody, can we piggyback for a second?
The reason that I was asking about the gameplay nature, I guess, is because playing Darkstalkers, even though I've never been into that franchise, ever. Darksiders 2.
Yeah, the delicious beverage.
Yeah, definitive edition. Has been really fun because there's so much loot and there are levels. I don't know if I would call it a JRPG, but there's just something real satisfying about changing your equipment, getting your random loot drops. It's fun. So I was wondering if Adventures of Elio had that. Because I know it's a Square Enix game, and Square Enix,
it's the guys who do Bravely Default. That's who made it.
Oh, 100% there's going to be. You're getting a new sword at some point.
Oh, yeah. You're getting swords out the wazoo.
What we were talking about last week was the movie Weapons, I believe, right? Or was that 2 weeks
ago? That was a while ago.
Okay, so probably 2 weeks ago, we were talking about the movie Weapons and its camera angles. I rewatched Weapons a couple days ago because I think it's the end of its IMAX tour because it got its 8 days. So time for something else. And it's just so good. And I was really looking at the camera work and how many long following shots there were. The movie that I watched this week is called Elephant. A very controversial movie, very artsy movie.
Remember, this is a podcast for the children, for the grandmas, so let's not say anything.
Well, I mean, it's controversial in topic. I do encourage you to at least look it up because it was an interesting response to media response to a tragedy. Again, this came out a long time ago. It captures the feel of the 90s in such a way that people really try to capture in films that are set there now, like period pieces now. But it just gets it because it was made around that time. So many long, quiet tracking shots and such an atmosphere. If you're cool with artsy movies that are very slow, I encourage you to watch it. It has flaws. I think it's the director of Good Will Hunting. I think it's his second film.
And this has nothing to do with the White Stripes album, Elephant.
Well, there are fan theories, I assume.
That one came out in 2003.
It's really an interesting movie because when you get to, there's a certain shot that happens after a slow-mo scene of a kid playing with a dog. And it's one of the most shocking moments of just people walking by each other, but it's terrifying. The whole movie has this wild sense of dread, and it's executed very, very well. I mean, knowing what happens in the movie. The part that is the climax of the film, which is the actual topic of the film, is not glamorized at all. It's not turned into what I think it would be turned into now. I'm trying to keep it as vague as I can. If you're interested in the subject material, I suggest you go check it out. I think it's free on YouTube right now.
Not
good movie.
Fubo.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably. Taylor, do you have more to say this week before we move on to Poké-news?
I don't. Other than, not as far as watching, eating, playing, goofing, laughing.
Of the Peep.
Of the Peep indeed. I have been gearing up for my 3-week trip to Hungary and Turkey. So I might record some stuff there if I see anything real goofy. I'm going to be doing a lot of free diving and spear fishing. So wish me luck there.
Send your condolences to looklistncast@gmail.com. Taylor,
the family of looklistncast at gmail.com.
Taylor, it is now time for us to move along to the next segment, which is, of course,
Poké-news of the week.
Big news. Big news in Pokemon Horizons. That's right. That's the show we're going to talk about. That's what this whole podcast is about, Pokemon Horizons. We have announced that the Mega Evolution flashback series is coming to you. That's right. We're getting 3 flashback episodes from October 10th through October 24th, focusing on Roy and Ult discovering Mega Evolution. So we're going back in time. Ult's still his little kid. Look, he's wearing his hat like he was a year ago. Taylor, big news.
I'm trying to pull up. I'm trying to get the doc. Hang on.
We're going to explore Lumio City, learn how to Mega Evolve just in time for Legends ZA. Very exciting. We got Roy and Kalos, and there's Crocolore. In the next piece of Pokemon news, even though I don't have all of the anywhere near all of the cards of the current Gold and Silver set, Triumph of Sea and Sky, or what have you, the next set for Pokemon TCG Pocket has been officially revealed, Secluded Springs. I sure hope you like the legendary beasts, because they are here for you. Suicune.
And you're definitely not going to get them.
Raikou and Entei, they're all hanging out. And there's a Melodic, too.
That's so many cards.
Yeah, you'll never get them all.
It's just so many cards.
Yeah, you'll never get them all. And in the final piece of Poké-news of the week this week, the big news thing again, can we just every week send me an email that says, thank you, Michael, for defeating all of those shiny legendaries for me.
Shouts out to you.
Now
That's
I
amazing.
Get a shiny legendary.
5 million.
I defeated. Knocked out 5 million of them. The Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Shiny Chien Pao distribution has begun. Available via mystery gift, symbol, carrot symbol to the right, get via internet. Several Terra Shard sets are also available. It is available until September 30th, 2025. And what a sick shiny
I was
going to
say, this is such a good design. Such a good shiny.
Such a good shiny. Get it,
I
download
see a shiny like this, and I get upset at every other shiny.
Buy yourself multiple copies of the video games and start downloading Shiny Chien Pao.
Just buy 8 copies of the game so you can get more shiny.
Well... That would be foolish, because you could just use the same copy, the same physical copy, and just make accounts.
No, that's ridiculous. Just keep buying.
That's the old days. Taylor, it is now time to discuss an episode of Pokemon. Can you please tell us what happened last week in English on Pokes?
Amethio finally
met. Whoa! What happened to previously?
Oh, right. Sorry.
Jeez,
previously
Louise,
on
Taylor.
Pokemon. I was staring at the doc. It couldn't come from the heart.
Take 3?
Take 3? Take 4. Honestly, take 3 would have been garbage. Previously on Pokemon. Amethio finally met Mighty G!
It is the moment we've all been waiting for. The fans have been clamoring for the Amethio Cross Mighty G collaboration.
And
Taylor,
to be honest with you, that's the only half of that episode that I'm willing to acknowledge.
All right, Taylor. Golly, everybody loves Beach episode. Everybody loves.
They wasted Goldango. They wasted a Beach episode. What are you going to do?
They didn't waste anything.
They did.
No, Taylor. Taylor, please tell me the name of this week's episode in English. Episode 106 of the Horizons anime. Mega Voltage.
Mega awesome. The off-limits Dusk Ball.
Ooh. Or in Japanese.
Oh, good luck with that. That's such a long title.
No, it's not. You girls.
It looks like a long title compared to the other ones.
It's not, girls.
Huh.
You girls don't seem to understand this title has one kanji in it, which means every one of those symbols you see is one beat, one syllable. Yeah. Whereas a lot of times I'll be full of kanji and it'll look short, but it'll take forever to say. Watch how fast I can say this. Watch how fast I can say this, Taylor. Watch. Read along. Read along as I say. Watch.
Okay.
Taylor, listen.
I'll read along.
Megaすげぇ
Mega awesome.
No
the off-limits
board.
Dusk Ball.
Exactly. And finally, Geese Pete, please tell us what your one-sentence synopsis this week is.
An alt episode? What could go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong, Taylor? All right.
Spoilers, surprisingly little goes wrong in this episode.
They solved their problems. We open on the brave Olivine, Taylor, and look.
Listen.
Taylor. Roy's going to walk into Olt's quote-unquote room, which also happens to be the observation deck to the Brave Salami, the great
It's
Olivine.
Wild how... I guess he's been entitled the whole time, huh?
Who, Olt?
Yeah.
Olt, my boy, look. Well, actually, I think Liko comes in first. Doesn't matter too much. Here's what's going on. Observation deck, absolutely covered in sticks and rocks. It's a huge mess in there. And,
nowhere near organized.
Olt, I don't care how cool and sick your theme song is. You got to clean up the room. I mean, this is our ship too. Please, come on.
Spoiler alert, that theme is at Alt's.
Who's to say? Yes, I am to say it is Ult's theme.
This episode it makes me question some things.
Well, we get some cool themes going. I'm actually a little bit annoyed with Ult at the beginning of this episode because he's a brat to Liko, and Liko is over the top, polite to Ult, just trying to say, "Well, I know, but it's just." And so Roy bursts in and he says, "Ult, no, you clean up the room or you're getting kicked out. I don't know what's going on here."
I really did like. I don't know how intentional it was, but the good cop, bad cop routine that these two had was so good.
It's just I love it because it's so realistic. It's like Liko trying so hard to be polite and say what she means. Whereas Roy, he's known Ult for a while now, and Ult already was a big nuisance to him. If you recall, in the first few episodes of this season, he was always trying to get away from Ult.
Yeah.
So I'm actually really
leaving him alone at bus stops.
I'm actually really curious to watch these flashback episodes to see what their relationship is like prior to Roy constantly abandoning him. Actually,
I can almost guarantee. I wish they were doing it as a movie. Because it's just going to be 3 goofball episodes.
It'll be good, probably. But yeah, we haven't had a movie in forever. They're going to have to really go wild with the next
Could
movie.
you imagine how sick that would be? Because I actually like Ult and Roy both as independent characters and as a duo. I think those two could carry a movie.
Yeah. Can you imagine me in a movie theater just writing so fast?
I
can't pause. Okay. We normally do a pre-commercial break. What do we think of the episode? But I think it's around theme song time right now. And let's do a beginning of the pre-everything thoughts on the episode. So far, I think good intro.
I do too. Very good intro.
And then I think I forgot to write where the theme song happens, but I think we're back in the theme song. And Ult just slams the door open, kicks it open, storms off. Molly sees him. And he's like, "I'm running away." And Molly says, "Okay, buddy, stay safe."
Sometimes I forget how Molly is as a person because she looks like such a high school emo kid, like a real.
What? No,
I'm doing my hair in a different style from the other Nurse Joy.
No, she's a college graduate.
Yeah. But I mean, personality-wise, she seems kind of going against the grain a little bit, I'll say. And seeing her just act like I don't even know if it's a mother. I think it's acting like a grandmother here.
What?
Where she doesn't have any direct investment in Ult's safety, but she does care, and she knows that he's going to be fine because she has this elderly perspective. So her just sitting there saying, "Oh yeah, you're going to run off. Okay, that's adorable. Yeah, have fun running away. We'll see you later."
She's seen it all before. Maybe she's remembering her rebellious face. Who's to say?
Probably.
So then we cut to the town nearby. We see a Jigglypuff, a Grafai-Eye, maybe a Floette. Could just be a man holding some flowers, but I'm pretty sure it's a Floette. We see a Grafai-Eye finger painting with his trainer, Ryu. Not like Ryu, how it was mispronounced by people playing Street Fighter, but Ryu, Rayu.
And guess what? Spoiler alert, you're really going to feel some way about this character.
Nah, he's great. He's the embodiment of that meme, Taylor. Geese Peep would know what I'm talking about. You probably don't know. But there's a meme of just this funny drawing of people with blue eyes or people with brown eyes. He looks exactly like that meme. Just these very, very crude drawing, just like circles, kindergarten drawing, but then the eyes are super detailed.
Oh. Sounds like a meme I would really enjoy.
Yeah, you'd love it. You'd probably print it out and put it on your wall.
I wonder if there are any kids printing out memes.
Oh, yeah, they love it.
Oh, that'd be so funny to see with a little notebook of memes.
So, as we all know, Grafai-Eye loves to do graffiti, make little paintings. So, Ryu is trying to sell these Grafai-Eye paintings. A woman approaches. He tries to sell her a painting, and she says, "No, I already."
Quick question. Quick dumb question for the audience. Is Grafai-Eye based on graffiti or based on graphite?
Graffiti.
I always thought it was graphite, and that was like a drawing thing because the color looks like graphite.
No, it's graffiti.
Go figure.
So we see a woman come out. I cracked up at this woman because she's such a stock model woman cartoon character from 1986. Did you like? She's got that older woman hairstyle and outfit.
Yeah. Was she carrying a basket
from NES games or something?
Yeah.
Or Beauty and the Beast. She says, "Sorry, I can't buy your painting. I was just on vacation. I already bought a Grafai painting, and look how many colors are on this Grafai painting.
Yeah, this is way better than yours."
That's the thing, guys. We're gonna learn a little bit more later, but all of Ryu's paintings, it's only one color, and I guess that's a problem for the economy of Grafai painting sales.
It's definitely going to be a problem for most people walking around a street in a suburban-based town in Pokemon. You go to like a city, you go where Iono's streaming, you can sell that easy. He just needs to move.
The Ryu's a bit annoyed that she doesn't buy the painting. Oh, look, it's a Swablu. Ryu starts to walk away. He's wearing all his paintings in this backpack type contraption where he can just hold them all. He passes by some children discussing Laqua spheres, strong spheres, Taylor.
Whoa.
Ryu, don't do it, buddy. Don't try to get a Laqua sphere just to try to make your Grafai, quote unquote, really big so he can make bigger paintings. I don't think
that's how that works. That's how that works.
That's how he thinks it works.
It's kind of interesting how much money has been coming up this season. Because normally you wouldn't see this type of stuff, right?
We've had it before. Didn't we have a whole episode about a giant?
There was a street vendor that stole something from the kids. It was like one of the ancient Pokeballs.
Well, there was that, and then there was the restaurant where people didn't have money, and the kids won food or something, and then Sidian and Coral didn't have money. Anyway, doesn't matter. The kid does not have money to buy strong spheres, so better just forget about it altogether. And I don't know if you picked up on this, Taylor, but Grafai actually seemed kind of annoyed and offended that Ryu would even say, "Why don't I get you steroids so you can paint better?"
Yeah. He just seemed kind of sad because he just wants to graffiti.
Okay, so we're going to learn this later. I don't know if this is actual. I think it is actual Pokemon lore, but basically the thing with Grafai is they eat different berries, and anytime they eat a berry, their saliva changes to the color of that berry, and then they stick their finger in their mouth and they paint with that. But the problem with Ryu's Grafai is he only likes Nanab berries, so he's only painting pink, so he can't paint all the colors of the wind like Pokemon.
I got so excited seeing that Nanab berry.
Oh, yeah.
It's so...
Oh, yeah. You're like, oh, he's not gonna move at all.
I criticize consumer culture so much, but I'm so easily beholden to it.
We got to get you some Nanab plushes. A nice golden raspberry plush.
Oh, are you kidding me? I don't even... Nanab berries I throw those away so fast
Taylor,
in Pokemon Go.
Nanab berries are the only thing I keep. Well, and golden raz.
Pineapple berries are the only things you should keep. Pineapple, silver pineapples, golden raz.
Oh my God, you're insane, Taylor. I throw away every single pineapple because I have plenty of silver pineapple. I throw away every single raz. I only keep golden raz for if I see a shiny or it's a raid legendary.
Yeah.
And then I use Nanab for everything else because I need to get 1,000 excellence. So I'm not going to do a perfect throw and then he does an animation in the middle of my perfect throw. I have
excellence are so easy, and you just time it to the animation.
Well, I was just about Royal Raiders. And there was a man there, but the animation doesn't always sync up with the circle being perfect. This poor boy, in a month, he got to like level 47, but he can't hit excellence. Anyway, we're in the middle of a Pokemon episode.
I have gotten so many excellence.
Yes, you're so sick, Taylor.
When I see tasks that say 2 excellence in a row, or if I ever do, I get so excited.
I don't. I get so nervous. Okay.
Just do the circle lock technique.
We cut to Alt. He's still steaming angry, but he's also hungry. So
regular Fuecoco.
So he says to himself, why don't I go ahead and eat all these delicious looking Nanab berries? But wait a minute, what's all this graffiti underneath? Ryu immediately runs up and starts screaming at both Ult and Sableye. And he says, no Nanab berries for you. A big fight ensues. We get an older man coming outside with a Mabostiff. Ult and Ryu are running from the charging dog after both of them are accused of vandalism when only one of them is guilty of vandalism. And then we cut to a big open grassy field. Looks like they outran the man and his dog. I don't know if you noticed this, Taylor. And I do love saying, I don't know if you noticed this. But there is a shot with Sableye so exhausted from running. He looks hysterical just laying out on that hill.
Sableye is one of the funniest Pokemon. Just consistent animation. Just hilarity.
He's great. Sableye broke the TCG. I don't know if you knew that, Taylor.
Really?
He had a move which completely broke. You could win any game without ever letting your opponent play.
Oh, that's
and he
so
had
rough.
to be banned, or they had to change the rules of the game. Okay, yeah, that was fun, guys, running from the old man. But I'm still very hungry, says Ult, and we still have no money.
It was funny how quickly they moved to we in this. Like, they hated each other. They knew each other for about, I don't know, 2 minutes, hated each other for 30 seconds, and now they're right into the, thank God we got away.
Well, no. I mean, there's a reason. And I would say I don't think Ult has any strong opinions one way or the other about Ryu. Ryu doesn't like Ult because Ult wanted his Nanab berries. But here's the thing. Grafaiai and Sableye getting along like two peas in a pod. What's the phrase I'm looking for? They're like peas and carrots.
Birds of a feather.
They're making fast friends.
Birds of a feather.
Yeah, they flock together.
Two peas in a pod.
Grafaiai over here painting pictures of Sableye. Sableye's loving it. And Ryu, because he likes to see Grafaiai happy, says, you know what? Grafaiai's such good friends with Sableye. You know what? Ult, we're friends now.
Yeah.
You know?
Any friend of his is a friend of mine.
Yep. Enemy of my enemy, that's my friend.
You're friends with my enemies.
If we two were friends, nothing can go
we
wrong.
might be enemies.
Hey, don't think about it.
Don't cross me, or we won't be friends.
So then they share an egg sandwich, some Nanab berries, while the Pokemon are playing around, eating some Nanab berries. And Ryu reveals his dream to Ult at this point, all about a real multicolor Grafaiai painting. A Technicolor Dreamcoat, if you will, of paintings.
So that's kind of interesting as a goal, because...
Just catch more Grafaiai.
Or just like force it, like make berry blends, maybe.
Ooh, like a smoothie. See if we'll eat that. Then we see Grafaiai just sucking on one of Sableye's gems.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's yep. And then Ult, at this point, when he sees that, he suggests to Ryu, wait, what if we just get Sableye to convince Grafaiai to eat different berries?
They're friends.
Yeah, he would never say no to that. And we get, it takes every part of me not to say, I don't know if you noticed this, Taylor. But we get such a realistic gasp from Ryu.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
He went, and he says, "Oh, you're a genius. We can make Grafaiai not picky with the power of Sableye."
Oh, so sick.
Yeah, then we cut to them walking to an oranberry tree past an immense amount of hills, cliff sides. What would you call those with all the Grafaiai graffiti on them?
Mosaics.
Mounds of, like, you know, when you go to New Zealand and you're looking where they filmed Lord of the Rings in the
Stonehenge.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. In New Zealand.
Will Grafaiai eat this berry, Taylor?
That would be a fun segment to have at the end of episodes.
Will Grafaiai eat this berry?
Maybe.
Yes, he will, Taylor. He likes it. He really likes it.
I just want to know what I was at brunch the other day. I was telling people how I don't like seafood. And I got the classic question, which cracks me up every time. My sarcasm came out real fast. Normally, I can kind of temper that back.
It's a defense mechanism, girls.
This guy who used to be Guncan's boss, I'm talking. So he's not like a goofball or anything. But we're having brunch, and I'm like, yeah, I've tried so much seafood, and I just can't like it. Like, I eat sushi because I know how healthy it is, and I want to like seafood. I just don't like seafood. Yeah, and he turns to me, straight-faced, multiple master's degrees, and said, have you tried salmon? And I couldn't, like, my brain just said, oh, no, I skipped that one, which is also what my mouth said. And luckily he found it funny. But this seems like that kind of situation where it's like, oh, Grafaiai, he only likes one type of berry. Second type of berry he sees, he enjoys.
Yeah, and just real quick, I've tried so many different types of salmon. The fanciest, most expensive Manhattan Beach salmon you could ever eat. I just don't like salmon. You could give me the best in the world. I'm not going to. Okay. It's time to really hit the town, guys. Let's just turn on all the PowerPoint presentations we can muster. Let's try every single berry in the world. We got so many berries to try. We got pineapples, blucas, blucks, patches, you name it.
Patches the berry.
It honestly looks like they collected every type of berry. I know everyone listening wants to listen to me name every single berry that has ever appeared in a Pokemon game.
That'd be so sick.
We don't have time. We cut to where Ryu lives. It's a treehouse. That's kind of fun, I guess. Just berries for days. And we get a bit of what would you call some sort of a understanding, a simpatico type situation here when Ryu is trying to do a little damage control and he's saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry about the mess." And Ult responds, "No, I get it, buddy. I bet all this is really important." And Ryu says, "You truly understand me?"
Yeah, we are friends.
Wow.
We're more friends than you and Liko and Roy.
Well, speaking of them, Ryu then asks Ult.
We don't speak of them.
Well, yes, that's correct, Taylor. When Ryu asks, "Do you have any friends, Ult?" Ult says, as he's thinking of Liko and Roy, not Dot. Poor Dot. I felt bad for Dot in this scene when he just flashed back to Liko and Roy. He says, "No, you know what, Ryu? Me, Ult, I don't have any friends. And I don't need any either."
Yeah, friends make you weak.
Yeah. And then so Ryu says, "Huh, all right. Well, Sableye your only Pokemon?" And Ult responds, yeah, well, no. I do have this
interesting moment in the show.
Yeah, he says, "I do have this very mysterious Dusk ball. I have no idea what's in that, but apparently it's my Pokemon." Which what? I don't really get that.
I'm gonna deserve it one day.
Yeah,
I'm sitting there thinking, how is this?
I don't, because they're acting like it is his Pokemon, but I don't remember Roy acting like Shiny Rayquaza was his or Liko's the 6 Heroes or whatever. Although Terapagos is now officially. This Pokemon won't come out. How odd. And I don't know what it is. Maybe we'll learn more in the flashback episodes.
And I just kept thinking, so what if there's no Pokemon in there and the Pokeball's just not working?
No, they know there's a Pokemon in there because they're very different. Like an empty Pokeball would just open if you tried to open it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, what if it's broken?
No, there's no way. Pokeball, you give me. Oh my God, look, Graphite, he's painting with blue now. Wow, thanks, Oran Berries.
Me thinking of this street vendor who lives in a treehouse in his berry field trying to sell canvas paintings on the street. I was thinking about the economy because canvas isn't cheap.
Yeah, maybe in this world.
Giving away paintings.
It's me, Ryu, Ult, and I'm here to say that I will do anything for my Graphite. I'll help him any way I can so he can eat more. I'll even get strong spheres, Lockweem spheres, to make him more powerful. And then we get kind of a very suspicious little scene where it seems like Ryu is going to steal Ult's Dusk Ball. That's what I think. And we cut to a commercial break. We are back from the commercial break, and we're back at the Brave Olivine. Roy is yelling for Ult, but he's not here. I'm sorry, Taylor. There's just a body pillow under a blanket where where Ult normally sleeps. Roy very frustrated with the situation, if we're being honest. He's yelling and screaming, and we get the funniest moment of the show when Doc comes out and says, basically, why are we screaming so early in the morning?
I want to know why, after making such a big show of his departure, he felt the need to put a body pillow under a blanket.
Yeah, I was just trying to fool him, I guess, to buy him some time.
I'm running away, everybody, but I've set up this little fake-out pillow.
Yeah. You know, it's classic Brady Bunch type situation here. We already got the 1985 woman with the bun and the apron. Clearly, Dot doesn't ever go to the observation deck because she says, let's use the swear word. What the heck are all these? What the heck are all these rocks doing everywhere? There's random rocks everywhere.
I wonder if Dot is a clean freak. She is, right?
Yeah, probably.
I feel like that's in her personality.
Oh yeah. But Taylor, I have a question for you.
What
if these rocks aren't random after all? What if in fact they're very important and for Sableye, beautiful gems? Perhaps...
Isn't that... haven't they always been for Sableye?
Yes. Because
it would have been funny at the beginning of the episode if the only reason they had gone up to the observation deck was because they couldn't find Pagogo-chan, and Sableye was just sitting there with Pagogo-chan.
So then we get Roy feeling pretty bad. He has a flashback of yelling at Ult and says, "You know what? I was too cruel to the boy. We got to find him." What?
I think he was very reasonable.
Well,
what can you do?
What can you do? Roy feels bad. He starts screaming and stomps off to go find Ult. Then we cut back to Ryu's graffiti-covered treehouse. Ult wakes up. No Ryu there. Huh, how suspicious. Let me open my backpack. Oh my God, my Dusk ball is gone with my valuable Pokemon in it, as Michael predicted. Wow.
Nuts.
Yep. And my God, there seems to be a trail of clues. There's a blue graphite eye mark on my backpack, and there's a trail of graffiti leading back towards the town.
The trail of graffiti cracked me.
Yeah, just... Graphite, can you stop? Just stop.
Like, it's not even like he dropped it or accidentally did it. Just a trail of graffiti.
Yeah, he had his hand on the hills the whole time. Then we cut to Taylor's favorite genre of character, the Skoshi men, which is, of course...
I did like them.
A salaryman type person who deals in the business of trading and selling and buying Laqua spheres to local businesses. And he's trying to get a shopkeep to fill out a questionnaire regarding his sales of the Laqua sphere. Ryu immediately interrupts this conversation and says, "Guys, look, I need a strong sphere. Look, do I have money? No. Do I have this super cool strong sphere? Super cool Dusk ball. I bet there's something cool in it. I'll trade you.
It's a mystery prize.
I'll trade you.
Gotcha.
I'll trade you right now. It's real sick." And the salaryman says, "No."
When he said no, I can't really break down the emotions I was feeling, but I was happy that there was somebody sensible in this episode.
I'm sorry, small boy, but here's the thing. Ryu doesn't have to wait long because out of nowhere, we get the two explorers. These are the two explorers we fought before with the Tauros, correct?
They certainly look like them.
Yeah, I'm sure it's those guys. And they agree to trade the Dusk Ball for some Laqua spheres, but there's no time to even get around to that, Taylor, because out of nowhere, Ult appears, and he says, "Drop that ball, you filthy explorers." And they reply, "We will defeat the Rising Voltaclers." And then I'm sure you remember from your Japanese lessons, Taylor, what Janai Des means, which is what Ult says, which is to say, I'm not Rising Voltaclers. So there you go. Go, Galarian.
So, real quick, how did they divine that he was a member of them?
They've battled him before at Orla's Pokeball Factory. Also, Taylor,
I was just making sure he didn't scream that out, or they didn't have a wanted poster or something like that.
No, they know each other. I forgot what I was going to say.
Also,
I remember. Okay, I remember what I was going to say. Did we really not have a battle last week?
I don't think we
didn't
did.
Mention that. We're always talking about battles or lack thereof, so I'm surprised. You guys both should have given last week a higher score because no battles.
I did.
Well, thank goodness we have a battle now. We've been too long without a battle. Go, Galarian Darmanitan. Go, Unnovan Darmanitan. Activate Laqua sphere and turn on the real sick music. Yes, that's the song I'm looking for. Oh, it's so good. Sableye. Dodge their instinctual attacks and throat chop. Power gem. Oh my God, Sableye has been hit with Laqua infused damage.
No.
And we see Ryu watching this battle. This boy is crying so much. Tears just rolling down his face. He feels so bad. He doesn't know what to do. Poor Sableye is in danger. He's hurt because of Ryu.
It is his fault.
Yes. Sableye's lying on the floor in pain. Oh my God. Well, Grafai's not a cry, baby. So he walks up and says, "I will save you, Sableye," and attacks the Darmanitans with a big old poison attack, but immediately is hit with just a big giant counterattack. And is he knocked out?
I'll be honest. I'm surprised that he didn't Mega Evolve right away. 2, I'm surprised at how well Sableye was doing on its own.
Well, here's the thing. it's Power Ranger logic. You're not allowed to just immediately call the Megazord every time you see some putties.
Right.
You gotta fight normally, and then you
toy with your opponent. Yeah.
You gotta work your way up to Mega Evolution.
Right.
And also, the canon of the anime may be sort of similar to Legends ZA, because Legends ZA, you can't just Mega Evolve out of nowhere. You have to
earn it. You
have to get the Mega Pink Sparkles by fighting.
Okay. That makes sense.
I'm excited about the fact, speed stat, technically, like in actual competitive Pokemon, has always been the most important stat.
Huh.
One of the most.
Oh, yeah.
Because, priority move, like the first person to attack, clearly. But in Legends ZA, your speed stat is how quickly your cooldown meters refresh to attack, which is fun. Okay, back to the episode. Ryu feels so bad for what he's done. He's apologizing to everybody. So many tears. I just wanted the biggest painting in the world for Grafai, and look at me now. And Ult says, don't feel bad, Ryu. I completely understand. I understand what it's like to want to do anything you can for your Pokemon, your best buddy you ever wanted so much you could do anything. And now, Taylor, our backs against the wall. There's only one transformation that's good to do now. What is it, Taylor? Not a terrestrialization.
I got a Oh,
nope.
That's the one I wanted it to be.
Nope.
That's Mega Evolving.
Mega Evolve. And oh my God, Mega Sableye, his gems blocking everything. So powerful. He knocks him back. See, Ryu, those spheres are no good. And then Ult delivers an impassioned speech to Ryu about fighting for your friends. And when you deliver a speech about fighting for your friends, a side effect of that is your Dusk ball that is hiding away starts to shake. And I think something's going to happen.
It's like an incantation.
Oh my God. The Darmanitans hit Sableye. Is he knocked out? I don't know. He's in big danger. I'll tell you that much. Taylor, he's hit and starts flying through the air.
So sick.
Something happens. A mysterious Pokemon pops out of the Dusk Ball and saves Sableye. Oh my God, it's a Dragonite.
I was not expecting that. Although when I saw it, I don't know if I said this out loud, but I certainly said it in my head. Just in time.
Yes.
Just for Legends ZA.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm so excited about this, because spoilers, what's going to happen next week. I don't think
he's going to Mega Evolve that quickly. I don't think that's going to happen. Can't happen.
Not watch the next time on Pokes. All right.
I don't. So, who would?
I love him. Ryu, excuse me. Well, it's funny I say Ryu. Okay. Dragonite absolutely demolishes these Darmanitans with an enormous Hyper Beam. They're completely KO'd. And then Dragonite just goes right back in the ball. Doesn't say anything.
Thank God, because Galarian Darmanitan would have had a field day with Dragonite.
Nah, Dragonite's so high-low.
4 times weakness?
He's so strong.
My God.
Then we get probably the second funniest scene in the episode. The explorers drive away in a little van while Ult, like a dog, runs after them. Very good. And as Ult is running, Ryu yells at him, "Thank you so much. You're so sick, Ult. Oh, my God." Then we cut back to the town. We get the same shot we first saw when it opened. And we see Roy yelling out for Ult. Ryu walks by, and Roy says, "Have you seen a trainer around here? He's got a Sableye." And this is, I feel, realistic. And I was kind of surprised and impressed they did this. Rather than Ryu immediately saying, "Oh, yeah, I know him, Ult," Ryu looks very suspiciously at Roy, and then Roy says, "Oh, no, I promise I'm not shady." But here's the thing, Taylor. Wouldn't that be the number one thing a shady person would say, is, "I promise I'm not shady"?
You are talking to somebody living in a treehouse surrounded by berries who's been using graffiti to mark his territory and is clearly funneling all of his food money into giving out monochromatic canvas paintings.
Yeah. So Roy explains to that boy that, here's the thing. Ult and I are friends, but the thing is, we got into an argument, and yeah, I'm just looking for him. So then Ryu says, "Yeah, he went that way." And he points towards the direction of where the truck went. But as Roy is leaving, he does notice the painting of Sableye on Ryu's back and says, "Hey, buddy, that's a very good painting. Very cool." And Captain Pikachu and was it Crocolore? They both gave a thumbs up and said, "Yeah, that's a great painting."
I think in my mind, in magical Pokemon world, I would have thought, I hope that this trainer didn't somehow use a magical ability to turn Sableye into a painting.
Yeah, that's always happening. So Roy runs off, and Ryu says, "Wow, that kid's sick too."
Very sick.
And then
Poor
Taylor,
kid.
it's what?
Huh?
What? Now, Taylor, it's time for the episode to end as we see back at his little stall. I mean, it's not stall, he's just on the sidewalk. Ryu and Grafai selling paintings, but this time there's 2 colors on the painting.
Wow.
And Ryu just smiles. So, to be continued. All right. And in our no Geese Peep this week, but we still have to go over the Mega of the week. This time it's Mile. She's got a lot of extra heads, Taylor, and she uses them to rip Nidothing's arms off of her body. Terrifying.
Yeah.
Okay? Good.
Be for everyone.
Good stuff. All right.
I love Miles' design. I think it's such a sick design.
Gen 3, underrated. I feel. Well, it's like you come around on these things because, as I've said many a time, probably, when I was a child, I was upset at Generation 3 when it came out because it was the first game they said, "Oh, by the way, you can't move your old Pokemon up." And also, a lot of these Pokemon look very similar to older Pokemon. So in my mind, I was like, so you're just throwing out all the old Pokemon and remaking them? I'm not buying this. So I didn't play Gen 3 till way later, actually. But got super back into it for Diamond Pearl and even Fire Red Leaf Green.
Honestly, good for you for recognizing the Apple scheme. Probably their prototype.
But, I mean, because I have since played through a Game Boy Advance copy of an entire Generation 3 game, but that didn't happen until later. So I do have this kind of strange feeling towards Generation 3 Pokemon because it was the only generation I didn't play right as it came out. Okay, but we're discussing an episode of Pokemon here, episode 106. I enjoyed this episode quite a bit. I thought the intro was strong. I liked the conflict. Grafai was cool. I like when they introduced new Pokemon. I like that we're going to, spoilers, Taylor, about to see a Mega, brand new Mega. I'm sorry, Taylor.
It's a shame. Well, I'm not going to see it because I'm going to be out of town.
Oh, that's not true.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed the episode. Last week, these are so hard to score lately.
They're all over the place.
I don't actually have any complaints about this episode. Taylor, please discuss it so I can come up with an idea for a score.
I found it... So one, I enjoyed the episode. I thought it, I really like Sableye. I like Sableye's fighting style. It's really cool. It's more than just, listen, I love Fuecoco. I love Crocolore, but they're just, the flame charge stomping tantrum loop is really getting old. That's just not fun to me.
He hasn't done stomping tantrum forever, like a season.
Yeah, but that's those are the main 2 moves that he's using, or disarming voice. I really like that they focused on Sableye. I like that they gave Alt his own episode. I like that it wasn't just a 1-for-1 copy of Alt and Roy's relationship. There's a different dynamic. That was fun. I think that it was. I really like that moment with Molly when she was saying "Oh, you just silly. Okay, we'll see you later." I liked that because that tracks. That's a realistic adult reaction to a kid throwing a tantrum.
That's one of the best things about this episode is how everybody's just more understanding of everyone else.
Yeah,
because they've been complaining about Ult and him being messy, and now they're seeing things from his eyes.
Yeah,
a lot of funny moments.
Oh, several funny moments, and the battle wasn't boring. It was cool showing that. Those 2 work for Exceed, not the Explorers, correct?
No.
They work for the Explorers, not Exceed, because I know that those are, societally distinct.
Doesn't he literally call them Explorers in the scene?
Yeah, but he knows that they're the same.
Oh, God. Well, they're not the same necessarily. Maybe you're right. Maybe the Explorers is just that main cast of characters that we always see in the Evangelion room.
That's what I was thinking, and I was thinking... that,
but then we got Amethio's dad, who's just in his brown jumpsuit in the warehouse. So I don't know. I don't think it matters too much. But please,
I think. One is clearly Exceed is clearly a shell company for the Explorers.
Exceed's a company. Explorers are like, ooh, look at these cool guys. These people who defend us from the evils of the Rising Voltaclers.
So, I mean, I just, honestly, it doesn't really matter for what I was saying, but I liked seeing those two grunts use different Pokemon that were still kind of on brand, just a different permutation of the same Pokemon, and those two are always together. That was cool. They remembered Alt, also cool.
It doesn't matter, but now I think you've convinced me that they are Exceed, not Explorers, but I wouldn't call them grunts. Wouldn't they be more
Enforcers?
I think they're higher up than a grunt.
Anyway, thought they were, they're higher up than a grunt, but I do think that they're still always around enforcing.
And they're so good at coordinating because they have both forms of Tauros, and then they have both forms of Darmanitan. Very sick.
Exactly. It's very sick.
Cool battle.
I like the theming on that. Huge missed opportunity.
God, Taylor, I just realized their hair is the same color as the Pokemon they use. Please continue.
Yeah, that was like that with Tauros.
Exactly.
Why would they not use Alt's theme in this episode?
They do. What are you talking about? The episode opens with his Midgar Wall Market theme. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but why wouldn't they use it for the entire episode?
Because they got so many sick songs they got to play. Don't you remember the sick song with Dragonite? Sick. Come on.
I don't.
God, what am I going to give this? Because I just gave
tricky.
last week. Last week I thought was really good, and I gave it, a 9 or something?
You and Geese both gave last week's incredibly high score. Which the danger of giving out too many high scores is that
I know
it narrows the range of episodes. If you don't know how, like, if everything's a 9, what's an 8.5?
It's a 9.2. I'm sorry. It's a good episode. I have no complaints at all. It should almost be higher. But
so my kind of experience in the episode was I liked the beginning. It was funny. This was a fun little episode of filler. It felt like filler. The last one also felt like filler because they abandoned Amethio so quickly. That was the only problem that I really had with last week's episode, was that they steered clearly away from a very compelling plot to focus on pretty much nothing other than Dot getting Gimmighoul. This episode, at least, has a little story. There was one time that I felt the pacing of the episode was off, which was around the 10-minute mark. It had me up until then, and I was just following along the story. Didn't like the little street artist.
Ryu, my boy. Your crybaby really child.
I didn't like that it was that the moral of the story from Alt's perspective was, oh yeah, you can steal from people. That's fine. Don't worry about it.
That's not the moral of the story. Oh, you just that he forgave him like that?
Yeah, just very quickly. And he was like, oh, you did it for your Pokemon. Okay. You can steal. Even if it's stealing a Pokemon. In order to use a strong sphere, which I'm I'm trying to. But it was it was a good episode. I only felt like it was dragging one time. The rest of the time I was invested in the plot. I'm gonna give it a nice little 8.8.
8.8.
It's a good episode. It's not something that I'm going to think about for a long time.
Yeah, probably not. But I don't know. Could you? God, 8.8. What a good score. Could you imagine being born on 8/8/88? What a God.
I can't.
Yeah, that'd be so sick if you were. All right, guys, that concludes our discussion.
What a different life.
Yeah. God, you would
my
probably
favorite number would be 8.
Oh my God, that could be your whole thing.
I probably wouldn't
8 ball.
I wouldn't be I would have so many 8 balls. I would have. I would be in love with the movie Kill Bill and the Crazy 88 because I'd be like, that's me.
Or the movie 8. Or was that 7? Okay. All right. Let's move on to the wrap up. Thank you, everybody, for listening, watching, whatever. Well, you're listening. You can't see. But like we said in the beginning, please give us the little like and the little comment. Thank you, and watch it. And also, this is on YouTube in addition to podcast services. I don't know why we only say Spotify and Apple Podcasts, but it's on the other ones, too. I think it's...
Wait, name one other one. YouTube? Music?
Pocket Casts?
That's not real.
Yeah, it is. Thank you to Keith for our artwork. That's twitch.tv/Keith Squared.
Shouts out to Professor Ticklebits for the website and the boilerplate.
And finish it. You never say the URL.
You can follow him at twitch.tv/professor_Ticklebits.
Take 2.
You can follow him on twitch.tv/prof_Ticklebits.
Ooh, perfect. And also, you are completely allowed to share the podcast and tell people who would enjoy it to listen, because
you have my blessing.
they could like Pokemon, they could listen to the Pokemon. They could like other things, they could listen to the other thing. I don't mind. Just, pick and choose.
You know what? If you find somebody who just wants a rating on a scale of 7 to 10 of episodes of Pokemon,
we've given 6s. Okay. I do, and I think I gave that one Sprigatito Runs Away episode a very low score.
Which one?
The one where she ran away.
That's crazy.
I think I've said this before, but if you think about it, because we cover Pokemon and other things, that technically encompasses all of humanity.
Yeah. Art.
Because if you're not into Pokemon,
History.
You're certainly into things that aren't Pokemon. So actually, we're always saying just grandmas and Pokemon
Travel.
fans. Every single human being on the planet you can recognize.
Water polo.
All right. Also,
birding.
Exactly. Also, please send your questions to looklistencast@gmail.com. We'll answer them here. Taylor, say goodbye 4 times so that we start saying goodbye. So that
we should get a Tide Pool of the Week segment.
Probably. So that way the ending song fills up the time.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Good.
Howdy, y'all. It's me, Geese. Thank you for listening to the Geese Productions podcast.
Geese Peep Enterprises, doing business as Peep Industries, together with its subsidiaries, is a diversified worldwide entertainment company with operations in media networks, talent management, parks and resorts, multimedia entertainment, and consumer products and interactive media. Geese Peep Enterprises is a Bell 30 company.